Hey Sylvia, good morning. Happy Sunday to you too. How are you, honey? Good morning. What you doing? Welcome, 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 y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit the like button for me, please, and thank you. It's free. It don't cost a thing. If you have a community wall, share the live for me. Hey, Ramonia J, how you doing, love? Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm just up, getting ready for church, y'all. I'm putting my dinner on. Today is my mama's. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn the radio down a little bit. Alexa, Alexa, volume down. Today is my mother's heavenly birthday. Some of y'all know we lost her in 2020 at the height of COVID, and she went in the hospital and she didn't come home. So we're gonna celebrate her today. She's been gone 5 years. So we're gonna do a little dinner and invite the immediate family over and just kind of celebrate mama today. So we're gonna celebrate her and do the do with it. And how's your dad? Ramonia J, my dad is doing good. He is doing good. He just had a procedure done on Friday, and they thought he had blockages in his heart and started leaning into heart failure and all that type of stuff. And baby, God said, not right now. Zero blockages found, y'all. The test came back negative. He didn't have not one blockage in his arteries, y'all. So God is so good, and we give him all the glory and all the praise. Dad is doing good. I showed him Ramonia J Friday when I took him to his to the West Cancer Clinic. I showed him walking out the West Cancer Clinic to the car, y'all. And y'all know just what 5 months ago, my daddy couldn't even walk. He was so sick and in the hospital. So God is good, baby. So he's doing good. Thanks for asking. Hey, chill, baby. How are you? Hey, Tasha. Tasha, good morning. The same zone and chat. Good morning. Glad he's doing well. Yes, Ramona J. Thank you, baby. Happy birthday to your mother. Thank you, Tasha. Yes, she's been gone 5 years, and today is her birthday. One of the sweetest Libras I knew and know. Good morning, NSA Zone. Salute chat. Absolutely. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get ahead and put some of the dinner on before I go. We're gonna have Boston butt, carrots, Boston butt, roast carrots and potatoes. We having corn on the cob. We having pinto beans, cornbread, and what else? Candy yams. That's on the menu for today. And we were gonna go to the cemetery today to see mommy, and I was gonna see my husband as well because he's over there too. But rain came in last night, so we know it's muddy. So we can't go today, but we're gonna go one day this week coming up when it dry up out there, y'all. Can y'all hear me okay? Drop some green hearts in the chat if y'all can hear me over the music. Thank you, thank you. Okay, y'all hear me. So, yep, y'all, I just came on to say hi since I'm cutting up my vegetables and stuff and getting prepped for dinner. I said, get on and say hi to everybody and see what everybody got going on. I want to kind of piggyback on what we talked about Friday on my live. The young 5-year-old little girl that got attacked by those teenagers. Well, they weren't even teenagers; they were kids. Everybody under the age of 10. Everybody was under the age of 10, y'all. And we talked about that on Friday, and I had a little bit more information about it, and I wanted to talk about that and just say hey to y'all. Hallelujah. Yes, Lord. I love these inspirational songs on Sunday morning. We can't do nothing but give God all the glory and all the praise, God. And I want to say on this live, you know, my condolences to Justice and her family on the loss of her dad. And I know it's a lot going on with that, and you know how it go out here on these YouTube streets. Everybody feel like when something happens to you or when something happens to your family, they feel like it's all because of something that you've said or done out here on these YouTube streets that caused it. And I mean, although I do believe, people talk about karma is not, karma, karma, karma. I believe this is what I believe. Hey, pretty little butterfly. Good morning, baby. How are you? It is my belief that you reap what you sow. That's what I believe. And I do know that karma, the long term for it is real. Because I talk about it all the time. But hey legendary boo, I see you. Good morning. Happy Sunday. But yeah, I feel like, you reap what you sow. That's what I feel like. And you can't just say, just because you said this or you said that, this is why this happened to you. Only God knows why things happen to people. And one thing we can't do is play God out here on these streets. You know, everybody got a date and a time and an hour set. Even though we don't know what that date and time and hour is, everybody got one. So, I just want to say, my condolences to Justice and her family. I've dropped down in her chat after the bushes to tell her, and I've, made a post to her, and I just wanted to say on my live as well, my condolences, because losing a little one is never easy. I can honestly say I know how Justice feels. I lost my mom, so I can relate to that. Losing a parent is very different from losing a husband. Losing a husband is very different from losing a child. So I can only, I can imagine what she's going through and what her family and her siblings are going through. So I'm just offering my condolences and prayers up for them. We all know our birthday, but don't know our day. That's true. That's true. That's true, pretty little butterfly. That is so true. And God is the creator of all things, and God is the only somebody that knows why things happen to us. God knows things don't happen before they happen. So, I just wish everybody would cut out all that. You did this, you did that. Because the truth of the matter is, we all done said some things. We all done some things. You know, we all have. We all have. We all have. So yeah, I wanted to do that and just come and chit chat with y'all while I get my dinner prepared. Pretty little butterfly, what are you cooking, Alexa? Stop. What you cooking today? What y'all cooking today? I just ran down my menu for my mother's heavenly birthday dinner. What y'all doing? So I don't know if a lot of y'all was in the chat Friday when I was talking about the situation with the little girl that was attacked. But if you weren't in the chat, do y'all know what I'm talking about? Have y'all heard about that story from the little girl from Cleveland, Ohio? And it was such a sad story, y'all. I just, I'm still outdone with the story. Let me see. I wanted to share this with y'all before I got off here because I'm not gonna be on here long. Hold on. Because I didn't have this Friday when I was doing it. But let me let y'all know what's going on. Now I can read it because I have it right here. Listen, y'all. This is so sad. I was like, oh my God. And, I'm sending up prayers for everybody that's involved in this particular situation as well. Because it was bad, y'all. That was sad. It was. I'm eating leftovers. I barbecued yesterday. Rib tips, mac and cheese, baked beans, and potato salad. Ooh, way pretty little butterfly. That sounds so good. Can you fax me a plate, baby? Ooh, that sounds so good. You know what? That's what I should have made, some potato salad. Oh man, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll have that next Sunday. Okay, y'all. Let me read this right quick. Cause like I said, I'm not gonna be out here long, probably about 30 minutes. Because I do gotta get dressed. But this is an article that I came across, and I think it was from MSN, CBS. It was one of the major news stations, and it said Ohio prosecutors have charged a 10-year-old girl and a 9-year-old boy with attempted unaliving. Y'all know the word rape. Ooh, Lord, I shouldn't have said that. Rap and assault, kidnapping, and strangulation for a brutal attack on a 5-year-old girl who had her hair pulled from her scalp and was left in a field to die. Based on the evidence we have currently reviewed, two juveniles have been initially charged. The Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office said Wednesday in a press release. The two children allegedly took part in the attack on the young girl with a group of kids, according to the victim's mom, who is now calling for the others to be charged. I pray all kids are able to get prosecuted further down the line, wrote Antavia Kennebrew, that's the mom, on her Facebook Wednesday after the charges were announced. Kennebrew says her daughter was beaten, rapped, and had her hair scalped from her head by several boys and at least one girl. Cops believe the suspects are all under the age of 10. These are not normal kids, Kennebrew said in a Facebook post last week about her daughter's assault on September the 13th. The assault happened on September the 13th, y'all. I couldn't believe what I saw in front of me. The distraught mom explained about her child's condition following the attack. My daughter did not even look like herself. She was traumatized. A post made by the Cleveland Division of Police on October the 7th said it's a sex crimes and child abuse unit was actively probing the incident. And Kenneview blasted. The mom told police she dropped her daughter off that Saturday at a family member's house in Cleveland. The 5-year-old walked out the front door of the home undetected and was allegedly found by the bigger kids who presented themselves as friendly, according to Kennebrew. The children took her by her hand and walked her to a field that was far away from the residence. In that field, they beat my daughter until she was unconscious. They ripped out her hair. They held my daughter down as they wrapped her. They also shoved sticks in her throat. Oh my God, y'all. They took her clothes off and strangled her with her own shirt. Oh my gosh, y'all. She says the suspects left her daughter in the field and continued playing in the neighborhood. Y'all, they just went back to playing like did nothing happen. One of the family members noticed that the child was gone and went outside to see if she was in the area, but all she found was those suspects per the mom. The family member walked up to them and asked them if they saw the little girl, and they stared at her with no remorse and told her no and continued playing, knowing what they had just done to her daughter. Y'all, these kids didn't even have a heart. These kids didn't even have a conscience. It goes on to say that authorities were called and the children eventually came back over to the family member with one of their parents to explain where the daughter was. Kennebrew was alerted by the relative, and she rushed over to find EMS treating her daughter several blocks from the home. Her hair was scalped from her head. She had bruises all over her body. Her eyes were filled with blood. Her lips and mouth were filled with blood, and her nails had debris and hair stuck in it. Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. And it goes on and on, y'all, and talks about the personal attack. And she talks about how she wants justice for her daughter, you know, and she wants her daughter to have a normal childhood again. She said her daughter is traumatized from what these other children did. Hey, Tricia, I see you said hi. Hello, honey. How are you? Oh man, that story hurts my heart every time I hear it. Those are little babies. How do they even think about stuff like that? Pretty Little Butterfly said the same thing on Friday on my live. I even went as far as to say it had to be something they've seen or something that has been done to them. Because I just can't fathom a 10-year-old even knowing how to do any of these evil, heinous things to this child. But you know, that's a prime example, Pretty Little Butterfly. We living in the last days, baby. And they've been saying it. They've been saying it. We living in the last days. In a time children committing heinous acts like this. And I know these are not the first children to commit heinous acts, but it just makes you wonder. You know, I know we got a lot of child serial killers and things like that, but you know, when it hit home like this, it just makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder. Y'all, I don't know what that thing is on the screen. I tapped it trying to see if I could get it off, and it's stuck on the screen. I guess it's something new that they're doing. But yeah, so all right, y'all. Y'all done got me through cutting up my veggies, and I am about to put my pintos on right now. And I think that'll be all I'm gonna do before I go to church, y'all. Um, but yeah, I just want to come and talk to y'all, say, hey, get through my morning with this breakfast, have my coffee. I mean, with cooking my dinner, have my coffee, and just kind of piggyback on the article that we talked about on Friday. But that just lets you know, y'all, we are definitely living in the last days. We definitely are. We are. All right, I got that done. Let's see how long I've been on here. 21 minutes. I got about five. Well, I got about 8 more minutes to go. I want to play some more music, but I already know I'm gonna have to do a whole lot of editing on this video because they're gonna flag me for the music. But we're gonna see, honey. We're gonna see. Maybe more charges will be coming. I don't know. They are saying that they really can't charge the ones that was younger than 8, which that leads me to wonder, okay, if that's the case, if you're not gonna charge the kids that was younger than 8, what are you gonna do for those children? What are you gonna do for those children? Are they gonna send those kids to get some mental health assistance? Are they gonna send those kids to counseling? What are they gonna do with those kids that's under the age of 8 that they can't bring charges on? Now that's a good question because I honestly feel like those kids need mental health treatment because what's gonna happen is What's gonna happen is that can lead to, and I don't want to say that, but I think I did say it on my live on Friday. That leads to you know, serial unalivers in the future. If y'all get what I'm talking about. That's what that leads to. That's what that can lead to if they don't get those children in the help. You know, they got to. I know they can't try them. I know they can't put them on trial, but they can at least get those kids some help and get those kids the help that they need because something truly was going on with those kids. Something was truly going on with those kids to even participate in something like that. Even if you didn't do anything and you was sitting back and you was watching, yeah, yeah, you guilty too. You're gonna need some help. But we're gonna pray that they get, they get those children some help and pray that this family gets relief and pray that this family gets justice. And just send up the sincere prayers anyway for the whole thing that went on. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, y'all, I think that's it. I got everything I need. I'm about to get up off of here. I got to get ready for church. I hope all you all have a great Sunday, a blessed Sunday, and I will see you guys on another live. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.